Sumingalo Ayangalo, dear members of the Sangha, Tathagata Meditation Center, board members, all brother and sister in the Dhammas. It is the time for blessings. Now we are celebrating the new year in Buddhist way. It is a mark of the new moon in the calendar, which is based on the cycle of the moon and the earth. New Year has been celebrated for centuries. Usually, when New Year comes, people clean their surroundings to make them ready for the celebration. They wear special clothes. They cook food to offer other people, etc. When New Year comes, it is necessary to have purification process according to Buddhist way. It is like sending and welcoming our beloved ones when they go to other places and come to our place. We have to send our loved ones and welcome them wearing clean clothes and smiley face. In the same way, we have to pass the old year and welcome New Year with purified process of Dharma, Sila, Bhavana, charity, morality, and meditation. That is punya, merits. Kusala, punya. What is the meaning of punya? Punati sodetiti punyam. That means something that purifies or cleanses. Just as we wash the dirt of the body with soap, so we have to rid ourselves of karma impurities through Dharma, Sila, Bhavana, charity, morality, and meditation. These punya, meritorious deeds, are conducive to well-being and prosperity in the present life and after death. This punya will bring good luck for you. Another meaning of punya is puretiti punyan. Punya is the ability to fulfill our desire. Punya, meritorious deeds, help to fulfill various kinds of our desire. We desire for good health, longevity, wealth, and free from all suffering, etc. If punya is motivated by the hope for nirvana, cessation of suffering, it will lead to a life that is conducive to our goal. We need to know about punya, wholesome karma. There are 10 kinds of sense-sphere wholesome karma. There are 2 sets of them. The first set is just the opposite of the 10 kinds of akusala and wholesome karma. They are abstention from killing, abstention from stealing, abstention from sexual misconduct, abstention from daily lies, slandering, harsh speech, and frivolous talk. You abstain from these unwholesome karma. And then you have non-greed or non-covetousness. That means not coveting other people's properties. And then there is non-hatred or non-evil. That means you practice loving kindness. And then right view or non-delusion. It is a view that there is cause, there is effect. And everything in the world is dependent upon some other things and so on. So these are wholesome karma you accumulated. They are the negative sides of sense-sphere and wholesome karma. And then there is another set of 10 sense-sphere wholesome karma that are on the positive side. There are 10 of them. The first one is dana, giving, making donations or charity. You perform charity with faith in the Triple Gem, Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. And another punya is Sila, virtues or moral purities. That means you keep your moral conduct pure by abstention from killing, stealing, sexual conduct, and so on. Another one is bhavana, mental culture, development of your mind, towards spiritual welfare or spiritual advancement. And number 4 is apachayana, reverence. That means being respectful to the elders and to those who are worthy of your respect, or greeting those people, giving seats to those people, and so on. You perform all these kinds of punya. And number 5 is vijja service. That means doing things for other people, doing chores and so on, and helping people is an act of meritorious deeds. Those people who donate labor to the monastery meditation center are those who are practicing this service. And number 6 is patidana, sharing of merits. That means first you acquire merits yourself, and then you share your merits with other beings. Sharing of merits is just letting them, other people, get chance to get merits themselves, depending on your merits. So it is not giving away your merits. By sharing merits, your merits increases, because sharing of merits is an act of merits or husangama itself. So there is rejoicing in others' merits. That means when merits is shared and you say sadhu, 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 that means you are happy, you are glad at the other people doing merits. When you rejoice at others' merits, you get merits yourself. That is because when you rejoice, your joy takes the other's person merits as an object. So it is a wholesome mental state. Here the commentary says, whether the other person share merits with you or not share, you can rejoice. You can rejoice in the merits of other people. So if the other person share merits, you can say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Or if he does not share merits with you, but you see or you learn that the other person does merits, then you can practice rejoicing in others' merits by being glad at merits. Another punya is Dhamma savana, hearing the Dhamma, listening to the Dhamma talks. Here, learning some kinds of arts or crafts, or learning some kinds of knowledge which does not conduce to harming or injuring other people, is also included here. Another punya is Dhamma Desana, teaching the Dhamma. That is number 9. Here also giving talks on Dhamma and also teaching some kinds of knowledge which does not conduce to injuring other people, which does not go against the teaching of the Buddha, is included. That means having a correct view concerning cause and effect and so on. This straightening of one's view is actually the opposite of wrong view. Straightening of one's view is very important because if our views are not straight, if our views are incorrect, then whatever we do will not be kusala. Whatever we do will not be punya or wholesome mental state. That is why straightening of one's view is said to be very important. We need to have the correct views or right views about cause, about effect, and about things that are related as cause and effect. The first 3 of them, Dana, Sila, and Bhavana, are the 3 steps to be followed by the disciple of the Buddha. The first one is giving or dana among the 10 professions. 10 profession practice and fulfilled by Bodhisattva. Dana, charity comes first. So dana here means giving, helping other people, making donation and so on. Dana is important because it makes your mind pliant and soft. Also, it gives you the chance to practice getting rid of attachment. So whenever you give not only the things, but you also give up attachment to the things. So by giving, you are practicing getting rid of attachment to that things. Second step is Sila, moral purity, or it is called virtue. It is control of your bodily actions and speech. So long as you keep Sila, you keep the precepts, you keep your moral purity, then you do not commit unwholesome actions by body and by speech. As lay persons, you can keep 5 precepts cherished by Ariya Kanda Sila, and sometimes 8 precepts when you are in retreat, etc. And if you want to practice more, you can take 10 precepts, etc. The third step, mental culture or bhavana, is the practice of samatha meditation and vipassana meditation. By the practice of samatha meditation, you get strong concentration. If you are successful with any kinds of the 40 subjects of samatha meditation, you get psychic powers and others. By the practice of vipassana meditation, you ultimately realize nibbana, cessation of all suffering, or you achieve the eradications of all mental defilements. So to fulfill our desire, to be free from all suffering, we need to cultivate punya, kusala, wholesome meritorious deeds. We need to gain megaphala to overcome all suffering. New year coming, and we need to understand we are getting 1 year old. The process of our aging goes on and on and on. Although we don't want to get older, we are getting older moment by moment, day by day, month by month, year by year. New year, new moment, new namarupa. Our namarupa psychophysical phenomena are going on and on newly. You see the streams of a river, new water comes and old water gone. Every moment there's new water flowing. Every moment there's new namarupa passing by. We should observe thoroughly. Old namarupa disappeared, and new namarupa arising in the ultimate sense. At this time, we need to reflect the dangers of our life, the suffering of our life, and protection. In our life, there are various kinds of dangers, various kinds of suffering, calamities, contagious diseases, physical and mental suffering, internal and external enemies, aging, sickness and death, etc. Various kinds of dangers in our life. And what is protection? That is, the mindfulness practice is the only protection to overcome all kinds of dangers and suffering. We need to implement, what we need to implement is the development of mindfulness, a single God, to be free from all suffering. So be mindful of whatever manifested, be guarded by mindfulness. In the world, very important people like rich men and high-rank officials have security guards, especially kings with absolute power keep many guards around them at all times. As for national securities, the much greater number of security guards are deployed all around the country to protect. In the same way, we need to be guarded at all times so that no mental enemy can invade our mind. For this purpose, all we need to do is just to be mindful of phenomena manifested at the six sense doors by noting all our sense doors such as seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, and thinking accordingly. It is important to be mindful of every thought so that our mind can be well guarded against the mental defilements, kilesa. Thieves and robbers cannot attack a house if well protected by security guards. In the same way, if the mind is well guarded by mindfulness, it cannot be severely attacked by mental defilements. The mindfulness known as the single God can be developed gradually, just like step-by-step lessons for a schoolboy. In the same way, in the beginning, it would not be possible for yogis to be mindful of every phenomena manifested. But later, yogi will become capable of doing so. So yogi will make gradual progress in the practice. And in due course of time, we attain the the zone of safety. Thus, the development of mindfulness will be fully accomplished, and mental defilements can no longer find their way into yogi's mind. It is the ultimate goal of the mindfulness. So mindfulness is the key to protect various kinds of dangers. It is the key to overcome various kinds of suffering. Just before Buddha passed away, he summed up all his teaching in his last words. Handa Dani Bhikkhave Aman Dhyamivo Vaya Dhamma Singhara Apamadena Sambadita. Bhikkhus, before my passing away, I call upon you conditioned things are impermanent in nature. Accomplish your training with mindfulness. The children are most likely to follow the last words of their parents in the same way as a parent does. Buddha spoke the last words out of great compassion just before he passed away. Like the advice of parents on their deathbed, this last advice of the Buddha should remain fresh forever in our minds and put it into action. Because I tell you, the conditions are impermanent in nature. That is the last advice of the Buddha. Vaya Dhamma Sankara. All conditioned phenomena are impermanent in nature. These words of the Buddha are very important for us, but we may take them for granted. The Buddha emphasized that all the conditioned phenomena are impermanent, implying that there is nothing lasting as we think. Normally, we think our minds are always the same and have been thinking since our childhood days. In the same way, we think it is the same physical body that gradually grows bigger from a child to an adult. Our bodies are, we believe, the same as always, representing who we are. By contrast, the Buddha declared that Namarupa, or five aggregates or psychophysical phenomena that people elusively identify as I or my are arising and vanishing every moment. Yet, most of us feel as if we were the same individuals forever. So all psychophysical phenomena come into existence when conditions are met, and they all disappear in nature immediately after arising. We can find nothing lasting, nothing reliable in our minds and body, nama and rupa. Reliable is only nibbana, which is diametrically opposite of all conditioned phenomena. That is what we are practicing for. How to practice? You always remember in his last words, Buddha described it very briefly, accomplished through the mindfulness, apamadina sambadita. These were the last words of the Buddha. We should not ignore them at all, like what's spoken by the parents to his or her deathbed. It is very important for all of us to recollect these words and put them into practice in coming New Year. We wish all of you practice charity with faith in the Triple Gem, Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. We wish you keep moral precepts, Sila. We wish you rejoice Bhavana mind development. May you avoid all calamities. May you avoid all dangers. May you overcome all kinds of suffering by practicing various kinds of punya, by developing Dana Sila Bhavana, by practicing Vipassana meditation. May all of you be liberated from all suffering.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.